Fall sports is in full swing. Some kids even heading to the playoffs within the next few weeks. But then starts club and travel sports. In today's Mom Squad, we ask the experts, are we putting our kids at risk for injury? And are we starting our kids too early? Dr. Amanda Weiss Kelly, a pediatric sports medicine specialist with University Hospitals, explains starting sports early isn't an issue as long as you do it right.
We do think it's safe for kids to participate in organized activities. We do have a lot of guidelines around how to make sure that kids aren't sort of overdoing the organized sports. So one of the things that the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends is that for every hour of organized play, kids have at least double the amount of unsupervised play. And just getting your kid outside helps with that.
Are you seeing any injuries that are a lot of wear and tear on their bodies because they've been playing a certain sport for years and years since they were 5 years old?
Absolutely. And we call that sports specialization. And so we pediatricians, the American Academy of Pediatrics, we really discourage sports specialization early on. And so we don't want a 10-year-old saying, well, I'm a soccer player and that's it. And sports specialization in and of itself, so not unrelated to the time spent playing a sport and anything else, sports specialization does increase a kid's risk for an overuse injury.
Dr. Weiss Kelly says if your child complains about an ache or a pain, don't ignore it. If it lasts longer than a few days, it's best to get that injury checked out so it doesn't have long-term effects. If your child is playing sports and is in multiple sports, this episode of Mom Squad is a must-watch. You can find it on our YouTube channel and our streaming channels. We'll have that uploaded later today. But one of the other things we talked about, and this is what I was concerned about, is, hey, we're starting kids at I even had soccer at age 3 for my youngest.
Yeah.
And right now we are all running to multiple sports where I'm going from one practice to another, and I'm in the car thinking, is this too much for our kids? And she also talked about how now that's sort of how
it is.
It is.
Yeah.
That's how life is structured, because she said back when we were younger and when our parents were younger, there was a lot more go play outside, just run around the neighborhood. Now we're more aware of safety and issues, social issues.
So
you know, like it's not as safe
so
to just let your kids. Things are more structured because.
Yeah.
The streets aren't safe anymore or whatever.
We've all talked about this.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. And as they get older too, you know, there's more things that come up besides just sports, and you only have a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah.
So you can't, like right now, I know my kids are doing multiple things, but as the years go on, you're gonna have to maybe pick one or two because there's so much going on.
But even with older, and she stresses, even with like teenage kids, you have to be careful, because if they do pick one or two, that's the specialized sports injury where they could develop an overuse injury. So this is one of those, definitely listen, because then your kid picks one sport, or your kid only gets on one team, and then it's just a matter of making sure that they're doing other activities so that they're not only using the same few muscles.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Today's perfect to get outside and play.
Take a walk.